Good afternoon everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot, back with you again for the first of this week's review. It's 26th of March and we're scheduled for 2 reviews this week. This is the first one. We're back in Asia, we're in Thailand, and this is Hat Yai Airport in Thailand, Victor Tango Sierra Sierra. This is a new payware scenery by Siamflight, and we're looking at version 1.0.1 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. The download is 90.5 meg and it installs at 264 meg. It's currently available from both IniBuilds and Simmarket. Not much difference between the prices at all really when calculated with tax. I'll give you the Simmarket price, €14.39, which equates to roughly $15.63 US, or £12.40 UK. Those prices are estimates taken from the euro, and they do include tax or VAT, which in the UK is at 20%, but which of course may vary depending on which country you live in when you make your purchase. So let's have a look at features. Okay, key features for this scenery. We have a terminal detailed with the interior from the pilot's point of view, airport support buildings, the air traffic control building, cargo building zone, custom animated jetways to match the real ones under the Sim Objects banner, and we'll see the jetway test shortly. Runways and taxiway are properly named and connected, full airport services required, parking gate numbers are ready for GSX Pro for users who use that software, hand-placed taxiway guidance signs, hand-placed taxiway and runway light system, taxiway's center, taxiway's edge, etc. Custom ground texture, static objects around the airport, taxiway's aprons and runways match the real airport, and you have full day and night lighting. So fairly substantial project here. It's actually a small download, but quite a lot in it. So I'm looking forward to have a good look at this. In the meantime, let's look at some history of this airport. Okay, history, and it's a fairly short one. Hat Yai International Airport, Victor Tango Sierra Sierra, is a public-use international airport owned and operated by Airports of Thailand plc, and located in Klong La Sub-District, Klong Hoi Kong District, Songla Province in southern Thailand, close to the city of Hat Yai. The airport serves more than 3 million passengers each year, with some 12,000 flights and 3,000 tons of cargo, which make it the 5th busiest airport in the country by passenger traffic in 2023. The airport lies just 6 miles or 9 kilometers east of downtown Hat Yai and 27 miles or 43 kilometers east of Songla City. Highway 4135, the Sanabin Panji Road, links the airport. The airport has limited operating hours, 0600 until midnight local time, and currently expansion plans are in progress since the airport is designed to handle 2.5 million passengers, but is actually handling nearly 4.5 million as of 2018. The upgrade will allow the airport to cope with close to 10 million passengers a year by 2030. Right now the airport is served by 7 airlines, including Bangkok Airways, Thai Air Asia, Thai Airways International, Thai Vietjet and Scoot Airlines, to name just a few. So there you are. This airport has undergone some expansion, a lot of which is shown in this scenery, and there's actually quite a bit to see here, which is quite amazing considering the size of the download is so small. Much which we will look at, some of which I will leave you to look at as well. So in the meantime, let's have a look at the runway here. So runways, here we are. You can see we've lowered the lighting. It's getting close to 6:20 local time in the evening. The sun is disappearing behind the mountains in the distance there. So Hat Yai Airport operates a single runway, 0826, measuring 10,007 feet or 3,050 meters, and the runway is constructed from an asphalt concrete mix. The airport lies at an elevation of 90 feet or 27 meters and sits within the GMT UTC plus 7 hours time zone. Now Thailand as a country does not observe daylight saving time or DST, and so the airport remains currently 7 hours ahead of the UK. Now at the end of this month, March 2024, the UK goes ahead 1 hour onto British summertime, and so Thailand becomes 6 hours ahead. So runways. So the whole runway features high intensity runway lighting, high intensity airfield lighting system, and precision approach path indicators on both sides. So there you can see the lighting is fairly basic, to be honest. You've got your PAPIs on both sides, and you have the approach lighting too, and it's the same at the other end, which we'll look at the moment. So we're looking down the throat of runway 26 at the moment. Here's the threshold. Approach options for runway 26, you have a standard instrument landing system, an RNP approach option, and a VOR approach option. So let's have a look at the other end, runway 08. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 08, and you can see the features are exactly the same as at the other end 26. Approach lighting is on the chart and in the scenery as per, which is correct. So for approach options for runway 08, you only have the RNP approach option only. No ILS and no VOR here, just a standard RNP approach options available. And if you look on the charts, there's also an unspecified VORA approach option available to access this airport as well. And before we go, just to orientate you, you've got the main terminal complex here on the left, on the south side, and on the north side you've got the Royal Thai Air Force complex, which we will look at briefly in the scenery. So that's runways. Now let's get a look at the jetways. Okay, so jetways. So here we are on stand 5, just close to the main terminal. This is the Phoenix Airbus A320 version 2. Got the tug connected, and anyway, let's try the jetway, see how it works. A bit slow, but it's methodical. The wheels move. Let's see if they turn correctly. Jetway's actually really nice. Okay, so the wheels are turning. Now you've got the stairwell going into the concrete a little bit, not by much to be honest. And there goes the hood. So that looks to be pretty good from here. Let's get closer. Okay, from this side that looks to be a pretty snug fit. Let's check from the other side. So again, looking from the other side, that seems to be pretty snug. So let's go inside. Okay, first looking inside, obviously with the Airbus the door already opens. As you can see, it's infringed the side of the jetway, but not only that, we actually can't see the hood from in here. And again, looking this way, all we can see is this frame of the hood. In a way it helps a little bit to have the frame at least, because we can see this is a fairly snug fit here without actually going through the skin of the aircraft. However, it's a bit disconcerting to see that we have no hood above us, and the same is true from the other side. So there you can see the doorway properly. And yeah, again up there at the upper left you can see we can't see the hood. The hood is missing. Let's have a look inside, looking out. So here we are inside the Phoenix Airbus A320, and looking out towards the jetway there you can see the doorways are closed, and yeah, it looks fairly realistic enough. And as those of you who are sharp-eyed amongst you will have noticed, I've had the VAP Air Phoenix repainted for version 2. And there you can see inside. Looks really good, doesn't it? There's a quick look looking forward. Okay, so let's disconnect the jetway. Once again, the hood springs back. And the motion looks pretty good. It's a little on the slow side, but it's no real problem, to tell you the truth. And there you go, fully retracted. And you can also see here we've got 737 and A320 markers, and we're pretty much right on there. So there you go, that was the jetway test. As ever, let's get down to the scenery proper and have a good look over this product. So here we are then, looking at the main tour of the airport itself. We're going to start on the eastern end and travel west. Here's the threshold of 26, and here's the airport complex itself on the south side. Military airport's over on the north side there. Let's have a little run along here and just see what it looks like. So additional stands there and turning circles. You've also got a little tower there to the left. There's the VOR station down below. And here we are to the ramp. Beautiful modelling, as you can see. There's my aircraft below. And as you can see, landside has been done too. The buildings are really nicely detailed, to be honest. Everything looks really good. Love the way this has been modelled, right down to the trees there that go by the side of the highway. Nice to see the highway modelled in 3D as well. Pretty much all of the roads close to the airport have been nicely modelled. Quite a lot of care and attention has been taken with regard to this airport. So there's the entrance tunnel to the airport. Again, more signage. And here's a petrol station down there. Various hoarding boards as we approach the airport landside. I'll just give you a flavour of what this looks like. I mean, it just looks nice. It really does. To be honest, it's typical of the work of Siamflight, which I'm quite familiar with, to be honest. A nice car park, 3D modelled, decent cars. And the signage is good, some nicely placed foliage. It looks really nice. Just, you know, not a lot to say, it's just good. So a close-up look at the ramp now, and you can see the airside road, all the markings, everything is really clear. Lots of clutter, all specific to the airport as well. I mean, this looks nice, it really does. So now we're coming across the stands. You've got 3 stands here that are equipped with JETWAYs. It looks really good, it really does. Get a little bit closer to the buildings. As you can see, everything's been done. I mean, the only thing that's missing is people, airport staff, engineers. Here's the fire station. It looks great, it really does look nice. Loads of clutter, various bits and pieces. It's really nice here. So here we are close up to the stand, and interestingly enough, you can hear the generator for the APU. So that's a little feature I think they put in. So this is what is meant by pilot's point of view. You can see in through the windows, and there appears to be internal development there. And indeed, as you go in, you can see there is. Nice modelling, no people, but it looks good. Airside looks really good. And when you get close up, you can see its kind of photo, and some of it's pretty low resolution, as you can see here on the left, but then I don't think this is really designed for you to be able to see development inside as such. It's more to be seen by the pilot from airside when he pulls up. Nevertheless, let's just have a quick look. I mean, it still looks good. It really does. Well, there's a view looking out through the glass. You can see my aircraft on the stand. And here we are looking at the western end of the terminal building, and you can see exactly the same. So a couple of quick views on the airside ramp. The road system here you can see with various bits of clutter with the odd vehicle here and there. The road's been nicely done, and you can see in through the windows. So this is what they mean by pilot's point of view. You can see inside from outside, and it looks realistic enough apart from the fact there's no people. And there we are looking down the airside road. You can see the airport sign up there to the right. There's my aircraft. And just a couple more shots of the airside area as we go a little bit further west. There's one of the airfield gates. Little building there with an air conditioning unit. I love the palm trees. And then you've got this red structure building there with a car park landside that's nicely detailed, and you've got stand 2 here in front of it. So this is the Thai Air Traffic Control building, and beautifully modelled, I must say. I love the colour as well. It's all very, very interesting. Let's have a look and see if there's anything inside the building. We can actually see through the glass here to the rear side of the building. And as you can see, the tower is developed. It's properly developed as such, but there's nothing inside. Here's the far western end of the building. A couple of vehicles parked there and some stairs. There in the distance you can see the fire station. And a nicely modelled fire station, a couple of operational vehicles there too. Yeah, it's great, it looks lovely. So just an overview here, landside of the fire station from a higher level. Here you can see the fuel farm and various buildings here. The road is all 3D modelled, beautifully matched up here. Palm trees and foliage. I mean, this looks really good. So the remote tower centre building here. There's a fuel farm with a gated entry. And we just take a quick trip down the thoroughfare here. Here you can see the road's been fully modelled. No actual hoardings or signage on the signs. There's a petrol station to the left. And this is the airport entrance. All looking very nice. So a little look landside. Here's the terminal approach. Very nice. Nothing to write home about as such. Would be nice to see some people. But it looks nice. The modelling and the way it's presented, nothing but praise for it. It's very nice indeed. Yeah, the car parks are nicely done. The cars are pretty much in their lanes. It's nice. It is really nice. I like this a lot. And further landside, you've got some buses, some operational vehicles as well. This is the cargo area. There's the big cargo building. It's great, it really is. There's the fence line. That's actually a double fence line, and the road going down there. So a quick look at taxiway signage. The only thing that's missing here, in fact we'll have a look further up, but it looks as though the runway red signs are missing. But you've got blue airfield edge lights. The taxiway looks really good. signage generally is of a high quality. Here, see, they're set in their own plinth. Oh, it looks good, it really does. So here's the entrance, or rather the high-speed exit from the runway, and you've got markings here on a taxiway, but you don't have the red signs sitting either side. And here's the high-speed runoff from the other end, and again, no signage. You've got exit signage, but no entry signage here. So here we are at the threshold of runway 26, and we thought we'd have a look at this. So this is all a little bit different. Here you've got the appropriate red sign and the taxiway designator. You've got the ILS frequency here and the heading, and also you've got your edge lights, the runway entrance markings on the ground. Yeah, I mean it's great, but it's all a bit different. So here you've got the designator in red, and there's a look at the runway, and you can see you've also got the approach from the north side, sorry, the south side, which is where you have the military apron. So let's go and have a look at the military apron while we're here. So we come across the runway, across the taxiway. There's the ILS equipment. You've got a flag down there. And here we are. So this is the Royal Thai Air Force area. As you can see, I mean, the stands are okay, but we've got no aircraft, no military aircraft anyway. But you have accurate signage, all in Thai. Now there's a high level shot showing you the Royal Thai Air Force base below us and the main terminal area complex in the distance. So that was a daytime tour. Let's lower the lighting to dusk now and have a look at the airport lighting itself. Okay, 6:30 in the evening local time. The sun has disappeared behind the mountains in the distance, and here the lighting has come on about 5 minutes ago. And from here it looks pretty nice, pretty subtle. Taxiway signs are all lit up, blue airfield edge lights. Can't see any green centerline lighting, so you will need to use your nose gear light, and the runway is quite nicely lit too. So first of all, a little tour across the airside ramp. Oh, your lighting looks great, it looks very nice. Very subtle, beautifully modelled. There's my Phoenix Airbus A320. And it looks lovely, really does. So here we have a closer look going across the stands. And again there you can see through the glass into the terminal. We'll cross over to landside here. There's the road leading up to the airport. And here we are landside, you can have a look. Very nice subtle lighting. The airport sign's beautifully lit, I do like that. It does look good. Okay, the windows and signage, the parallaxing is of a low resolution, could do with being of a higher resolution to make that look better. But even off airport, it looks nice. Here's the cargo building from landside. It's just some nice subtle lighting. So a quick run out towards the runways and taxiways, just looking at the lighting here. The signs are beautifully lit, you can see they're very clear. No centerline lighting, so you will need to use your nose gear light. But as you can see, the signage out here in the low light is of good quality. You're not going to have any trouble finding your way. And all in all, just looks really good. So here's a view from the flight deck. As I said, we're in the Phoenix Airbus A320, the IAE version 2, Block 2 of the aircraft. And here is the view looking out the front, and as you can see, this is what the pilot sees when you pull up to stand 5. I mean, it looks good. It really does look pretty realistic. The view from the captain's side, and again, nice to see the end of the jetways lit up. And the view from the first officer's side, really impressive. And a quick view from the passenger window. Really does look good, very nice. And as you can see from this high level shot, the lighting goes all the way down the main entrance road as well. This is a nice airport scenery. It's not huge and it's not a big download, but as you can see, quite a fair bit has been added. It really does look pretty nice. The ramp area looks great. Quick look at the military side. This is the Royal Thai Air Force base, and there's lighting there too. So you jet jockeys are all catered for, and even helicopter pilots. There are helipads here as well. So there we are, a lovely shot at dusk. It does really look nice. It does the airport really well in these times. So let's go right down to night time now. So 10 PM local time, and as you can see, the lighting has come up a little bit. It does look pretty impressive from here. Ramp area looks good. There's enough lighting for you to find your way into the stands, and I like the combination of tungsten yellow lighting here along with the more normal LED type lights that you see at most airports. And they're looking out to the runway. As you can see, the taxiways are nicely delineated by the blue airfield edge lights and the various signs here and there as well that are all lit and they glow into the ground, which also helps. There's the road going out to the city and the entrance down here to the airport. And there's the military area, the Royal Thai Air Force, and we've got a vehicle that looks like it's going to enter the runway, which is a pity, but there you go. Many of you know how I feel about vehicles going on the runways. I don't mind them crossing, but it can put you off if you're making a landing here, especially at night. So once again, a quick view from the flight deck at night time. Really, I wanted to see how much the light comes up and whether it spoils the effect, but actually it doesn't. You can see this is pretty bright, but it's all well within the requirements, as it were. Some of the light in some sceneries can look pretty brash, but this looks quite good. And as you can see, looking across through the first officer's window, it looks pretty good. It's just a nice view and it looks realistic, and that's really what we want. So just a close-up look at the terminal airside. You can see the sign is nicely lit. Light is coming from the appropriate sources. Here you've got the baggage carousels, and you can see inside through the glass, which looks good. The sign here is great, and the lighting is provided correctly from the right source. And looking in this direction, just a look down the airside road, it's great. I like this a lot. It's a lovely little scenery. And there's my aircraft parked on the stand. So a couple of shots landside for you. I mean, this is a nice idea, but these really could do with being at a much higher resolution even, to make them look better. And the same is true of this here. And here we are, landside of the terminal. You know, this really could benefit from some people. That would be the icing on the cake for me. And again, here, very low resolution. Really could do with being at a much higher resolution to make it look more real. Yeah, it looks fine. You know, it looks okay. Nothing to write home about as such, but it looks great. But as you can see, airside, you're really taken care of. The lighting is good everywhere you look. So from the pilot's point of view, it looks good. Landside's not been developed with the same amount of detail and accuracy. But you know, that's fine. I think that's reflected in the price, and it's reflected in the download size. And to be honest, it looks nice. Lots of colour, lots of foliage, lots of hand-placed stuff. Lots of 3D modelling as well, right down to the roads. Even the entry road coming into the airport, and little plants and flowers like this all add to the subtlety that makes it look great. So that was night time. Let's bring the dawn up. So 6:35 in the morning, as you can see, the sun's coming up behind us, and you have the sort of semi-red glow on the buildings here, which looks quite nice. This is a nice scene. They're looking out towards the runway 08 threshold in the distance. And there we're looking towards the entrance to the airport. The road goes out here, and you've got the airport entrance there. So here we are an hour later, 7:35 AM. The sun's coming up well behind us, and the airport is completely visible here. Time to wrap up this review and give you my thoughts. What do I think? It's a nice airport. It's a really nice model. The price is pretty good. I think maybe it's probably pretty much worth the price. Airside is great. Everything you need is there in high detail. When you land here and park up, the experience for the pilot will be pretty good. I mean, it's just great. You've got some nice views across the ramp looking at the terminal. It's been beautifully modelled. Lots of care and attention and attention to detail has been taken. It's not as highly developed as some airports, particularly landside, but that basically doesn't make it a no-no. The developer has chosen to go this far, and that's as far as he wants to go. And there's also additional bits and pieces for you to look at off airport, such as here, and further down in the city. And of course the military area is available for the military pilots among you as well. It's not a huge download, which I know will be good for some, certainly in terms of storage. It doesn't take up much space on your drive, so it'll look great. €14, or just under €15. I think the price is about right. As I said, that price includes tax. You can get it at both IniBuilds and Simmarket. Not an awful lot of difference in the price at all. We're talking a few cents here and there. I think it's a nice airport. If I'm honest, I would like to see some people, both airside and landside. Be nice to see some engineers, airport staff walking around or present. Even if you could see them through the windows in airside, that would make a difference. Just a couple of animated people will make a big difference in the airside lounges, because you can see them from inside the aircraft. And we don't even see any default Asobo engineers walking around, so it'd be nice to have a little bit of activity airside here just to enhance this. And if the developer wants to go further, a couple of people landside, you know, just would really make this, would really just top it off. As I said, you've now got people models that are available for free, most of them on flightsim.to, that have little or no frame rate impact at all, and they can be used in sceneries like this, and they just bring it up to spec and just add a little bit of atmosphere. But I like it a lot. I'd probably recommend it. It's another typical Siamflight modelling product. They always do good products, and I'm happy to review them. And also, hopefully, they'll look at my suggestions as well. But this is a nice place to fly into. So there you go, folks. Hat Yai Airport in Thailand. Victor Tango Sierra Sierra. Payware scenery by Siamflight. And this is version 1.0.1 for the PC. Downloads at 90.5 meg and installs at 264 meg. Currently available from both IniBuilds and Simmarket. Priced at €14.39, which equates to roughly $15.63 US or £12.40 UK. As ever, those prices are estimates taken from the euro, and they do include tax or VAT at 20% for the UK, which may be different if you live in a different country when you make the purchase. A nice airport, thoroughly recommended, and yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So thank you for joining me, and what's coming next? Well, second review video, we're going to be looking at Amarillo in Texas, which has just come out, and again I want to say thank you to the developer for very kindly sending me a copy for review. That will come out later this week, within the next day or two, so stay tuned to see that one. But I hope you've enjoyed this review of this small airport out in Thailand, yet another interesting little place to go and visit out in Asia, all located in a beautiful area, mountains to the eastern side there. It looks great. Highly recommended. So thanks for joining me, folks. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot. This is the end of another review. I'll see you in the next one later this week. Guys, take care and have a good week. Bye for now.